Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dev chat. Dev chat will be starting in a short moment. Let me check if John is available. Let me also lower the volume, yeah? Is it me or is the volume a bit loud? Yeah, it's a bit loud. Apologies for that. Yo, Sakana. Hi and bye. Thanks for dropping by, man. Have a good weekend. Have a good Sunday. Get a new schedule or work schedule? Hopefully it'll be a good one. A good working schedule. Hello. Testing, testing. Is my mic working? Let me check. Might be broken. Testing, testing. Yep. It's not working. Testing. Oh no. Testing. Okay, I think it's working now. Hello? Hello. Just one moment. Yo, how's your week?
Oh wait, my alarm just went off.
Sorry, what?
My alarm.
Your alarm just went off. Did you just wake up or something?
No, that's my alarm for the meeting.
Oh,
the dev chat.
Right.
Because I do forget.
It happens. Now, let me see if I can get John. Where the hell's John? Oh yeah, Chow. I don't think Chow is able to join today. He has he's meeting a friend. Yeah, he has a social life, unlike me.
Slacker.
Just a moment, eh? Where the hell's John? One moment. Five minutes. Oh my god. Unreliable. Okay, he'll be coming in 5 minutes. Why don't we just... I guess kill some time. So what have you been doing this week?
I'm just working on the game. I've been feeling a little tired though, so I've been resting more this week. I still got some big things done.
Ooh.
Like the boss of my game. Oh my god. I kind of did a little bit of spaghetti code for that one.
Well, if it works, it works.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I know how it works now. a little
Right.
confusing.
You have so there's a narrative to the game then. Like you have a boss fight.
Yeah.
How many bosses do you envision the game to
Right
be?
now, there's only one. I think I'm only gonna put in one for right now. When the game needs attention or something, I'll be like, oh well, I guess I'll just add in more. Because he's basically a retrain. I don't want to say a retrain because he has completely different abilities, but he's one of the enemies you meet, but like designed differently,
Okay.
basically. So it's like a species, I guess. Yeah.
Right. Then like how big is the game going to be? Like,
Not that big.
scope-wise?
It's basically just reach the end, beat the boss.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Reach the end, beat the boss, and then that's the end of the game, right? Like, but like, what do you think the game will offer in terms of playtime?
They can just like go through the whole game without a
Uh-huh.
challenge.
Like how long do you think a single run will
I have
take?
no idea. I have no idea.
No, I'm just I'm just curious because I'm just wondering what the scope of your game is, because you say you want to release this and then you want to go back to
Yeah,
the Dragimon, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I was wondering like how long this
Scope is fairly small.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty small. It's just
Yeah.
'cause I've realized same thing happened to Cruller, where the scope started small, but then it blew up with the extra stuff. So what I'm gonna do from now on is make like a broader vertical slice.
Right.
Just like you get more to play with and all that.
Okay.
And if the game gets attention or something, then I'll just work on it more. Because, I'll know that people really want to see more of it or whatever.
All right. There's a
Or,
stronger reason to justify the development time, right?
yeah.
Alright,
Or or just not work on it more and just jump to like a new project.
Oh,
Because that's something I
Right.
really like doing.
Right.
Working on new ideas.
Yeah. Oh, is that
Yo.
John?
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
John, you're late.
Sorry.
Hang on, hang on. Let me lower your volume just a little bit. Where have you been?
Training. Oh my goodness, training.
Wait,
much training.
started already? Like, so you're preparing for the next performance already?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yes.
It felt like the last one like wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't half a year ago.
Half a year
probably.
ago. This is your
Yeah.
life now, John.
Oh my goodness, yes,
Performing.
this is my life now.
Performing all the time.
It's like only we perform only over what 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like half a year. But sad.
So half a year of training for that 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What is this?
What is this? Well, I mean, if you enjoyed it, then why not? What's that laughter, John? I say if you enjoyed it and then you go, do you not enjoy it? I guess you want a bit more of a break, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Devious and I were just talking about his game, because he's working on the new game, right? If you still remember the dice.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just talking
Yeah.
about scope,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah. Hey, actually, Devious, when do you see yourself going back to Dragimon?
Here, replay that laugh, John.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, I didn't catch it. Wait, what?
He asked me to replay my laugh.
Oh, I see. I have
Wait,
like...
wait.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Which game? Sorry.
Dragimon.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked it. I just paid
Carol.
Carl.
Yeah.
I never know how to say his name.
Probably
Carol? Carol?
Yeah, probably Carl.
Right.
Yeah.
Carl? I don't know. Jator. I just paid him for some new Dragamon, so
Nice.
I do
Nice.
plan on going back to it eventually because I really like designing all that stuff. It's just mostly just all the moves. I
Yeah.
gotta program.
It also looks like
It's
the
a lot of
systems are all done as well, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you already have the system in place. You just need to add the content.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which is just like a problem I have when I feel like the game is about to be done. In my head, it's like this game's done now. You know.
Yeah, the
And
finishing touch is really difficult, right?
Yeah, it's not that they're hard. It's just I get too comfortable and then I want to work on something else because in my head it's like okay, I already know what it's gonna turn out to be like. So it's like there's no more adventure in
Right.
designing it because it's just all there now.
True.
I feel like I have the same problem, but even worse.
Do tell, John.
It's like, no,
Yes.
it's like, I think about the game and yeah, I think it'll turn out fine. Okay, I'm done.
I don't know. For me, right, like the starting point of a project is always filled with a lot of excitement, right? Like if you're like, oh no, I want to capture this feeling, or I want to try out this mechanic, and in my head it's always like it's always cool initially. Then when I start building it, the self doubt will set in, right? I'll be like, actually beyond like this one small cool thing, that might not be enough to hold up an entire game, you know, and then I'll eventually move on to a new idea. And it happens quite a bit.
Yeah, I've done a few. I do that now and again.
Sorry. Huh?
Start working on like an idea and I'm like, this isn't gonna work, and I just go
And
to
then move
something
on,
else.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens a lot, right? Yeah. That happens like last year. That happened to me over and over for like 3/4 of the year, right? 3/4. Yeah, so it's a bit scary. I wonder what this year's project will be like. Hopefully, I wouldn't be discarding project left and right.
Let's make a Serious Scramblers too.
Serious scrambles too. I think I want to try something new. You know, there's an article. So Touch Arcade wrote an article about the impending release of Saw Blades, right? Earlier in the week they wrote that, and I read like one of the line in there. The author said that that chinykian's game, right, is usually like it's
Platformers.
yeah, it says like usually a spin on some platforming mechanic. And I'm like, oh no, have I like you know, what's the word for it? Have I put myself into this like tiny box, you know? So I don't yeah, so I don't think I would be making like something like Serious Scramblers 2 because that is basically going back and making more or less the same thing, right? Speaking of making the
Yes.
more or less the same thing, right? Saw Blade is a remake of Job the Rings. Yeah, so so I think for my next one, I do want to make something that will be considerably different. Yeah.
Actually, he's gonna make a dating simulator. You heard that here.
Dating simulator, I don't think I don't have the experience.
You get to date all the characters in Saw Blades.
Yeah. Soft late and scramblers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Diding, my friend, he said, have you made anything other than platformers? LOL. We have made a puzzle game, but we didn't release it, right?
Yeah.
You made the dungeon game. That wasn't a platformer.
Dungeon.
Well,
Yeah, but that's
I wouldn't say made, but you were working on one.
yeah, that's the issue, right? I never finish any of them that is not like
platformer.
something like a platformer. Well, I mean, Space Jack. Would you call Space Jack a platformer? I don't think it is, right? It's more
Wait,
power
which one's
defense.
Space Jack?
Space
I
Jack
don't
is
think I ever played Space Jack.
Space Jack is the tower defense action shooter game. Like it's the one that John and I worked on before I even make Serious Scramblers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was released in 2016. A long time
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. Yeah. Have I not mentioned it? That project took like 2.5 years of our life.
Yeah.
Rotten Mage?
Rotten Mage, that's right.
Yeah.
Rotten Mage.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't know that was your. Yeah, that's a platform. Wait. Do you get on the platforms? I don't.
I mean,
Yes, you do get
I
on
mean,
platforms.
oh
there's
yeah,
there's
then,
no
yeah, it's
jumping though.
totally
There's no
fine.
jumping.
Yeah.
There's no jumping. That's the important bit. There's no jumping.
No,
What?
yeah.
Oh, but you like switch gravity and stuff. That's like a jump.
That's like a jump.
Might as well as be a jump.
Yeah. So
Hush.
so I'm thinking for my next game, maybe I will explore a different perspective. Like perspective as in, like all my games so far has been side scrolling, right? I would like maybe something that is a bit more perhaps isometric view or top down. That way, right? No one can say that it has platforming elements. So like something new, hopefully. Hopefully, I'll be able to make something that will be significantly different from everything else I've done before. Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Should we start?
Yeah.
Yeah, John.
I will just say that I don't really have much to show,
Damn it, John.
so I don't need to share my screen. What I have done is I've basically been working on setting up my tooling for learning Rust, and yeah, I've been following through some exercises, some tutorials on Rust. I don't really have a game idea yet. But what are your thoughts on making a clone of someone else's game?
Define clone.
Yeah. Define clone, John.
Well, like basic mechanics are exactly the same.
Well, I mean,
So,
okay, sorry, yes, go ahead. Sorry.
no. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that there is a point in time in video gaming history where almost all first-person shooters that came after Doom were known as Doom clone, right, or Doom-like, right? Doom-like.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, but we now know that it's different enough, right? It's different narrative, different slightly different guns and mechanics. So, how different do you intend yours to be?
That's a good question. So I came across like this idle game, this clicker game called Idle Breakout. Someone did it as sort of an exercise, or well, no, maybe he made it. They made it as an actual game, but it didn't feel very polished. But yeah, so it's called. I think it's called Idle Breakout. Somewhere on itch.
Let me look for it. Idle Breakout. Okay.
Is it a math game?
No. It's Breakout. It's Breakout, but where you don't have to do anything.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of.
You do have to do this. You do have to do something, but.
Okay.
These really cool math games.
Oh yeah, cool math game is a web game portal.
Yeah. Well, you can find it on idlebreakout.io. So IDLEBREAK or OUT.io. Anyway, yeah. So it was. I thought it was pretty cool. Thought maybe I could do something similar and with a little more polish.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool as well, right? You spawn the ball and then you watch it do its work.
Yeah.
Right. It seems cool, especially for mobile.
Yeah, but like, if I make it, it would. Right. But I would probably start out. It would probably start out looking exactly the same. Playing exactly the same. It would look different, but it would probably play exactly the same
I
at the start.
I think it's fine.
Is it this game where it's just like a bunch of blue blocks?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the start, right?
It's the only game that keeps popping up. It's like this called Idle Breakout, and it's got like all the blue blocks when you start.
Right, you earn money from breaking the blocks, and then you use the money to spawn balls, and more balls will break more blocks, and therefore you gain more money. So it's like a positive feedback loop, right?
Yes.
Right.
And then later on, there are like bosses and stuff.
Bosses.
Oh, I see
never
why
got
you call it the clicker game. Okay.
Yeah.
I never got that far.
I think I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think that this mechanic might be worth exploring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why not give it a try, John?
Yeah, definitely a mobile game would work with this.
Yeah.
You're just
Mm-hmm.
I
clicking
agree.
all the little. It reminds me of the satisfaction you get from like the cleaning games, where you clear everything out.
The
Except
visceral
you have a little
something.
ball. If anything, the ball feels like secondary,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not really primary.
At the start, you're relying mainly on clicking. Once you get enough money, you'll be getting more balls and upgrading the balls and stuff like that.
Right.
Right.
So
that's that.
so how do you intend to make this like you mentioned last week that you are considering Godot, right? Is that
Mhm.
is that actually are you actually considering that, or are you still open to checking out like other options?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if I want to try out Godot.
Right.
Yeah,
Because you mentioned Rust, right?
yeah.
Right. Rust.
Rust is just something I want to learn for myself.
Right.
Godot is well, making a game is a secondary, like is a separate goal. And it would be nice if these two goals converged, but it would be okay if they were two separate goals I achieved for this year.
So for this year, Rust and a game.
Making a game, yeah. Mhm.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, explore. Still thinking, still exploring. Nothing to show yet.
Right.
But I hope I will have something to show next week. Okay.
Yeah, you mentioned working out like some kind of a structure for yourself, right? Like schedule and stuff.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
what do you have in mind?
we say that now.
Why do you always do that laugh?
I have no idea.
No idea yet. Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta click the blocks, Chin.
Click the blocks? Oh, okay.
Here.
Yeah, you can make money from the blocks from clicking.
Yeah. So I was saying like the balls just feel secondary.
Mhm.
But I mean, once you have enough of them, then
Yeah.
you could probably just rely on them.
If it's me, I would probably make the balls faster because I'm a very impatient gamer.
Can you do
Oh yeah,
that?
so you can upgrade your balls to
To be faster?
go faster. So yeah.
Oh.
So you have to.
Oh, I see. You played this already, John?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
can see
played
the
those
appeal in
already.
this. I could definitely see the appeal in this.
That's pretty
It was kind of addictive, but I had to stop myself.
kind of what addictive.
Yeah, it was kind of addictive. I had to stop myself.
Ah. Oh yeah, I want to make
You
the
can
ball
add
faster.
you can add like special things to it too, like
Oh, I don't have 100. Damn.
like make it a vacuum cleaner instead. You have to like you click to like toggle it, so you don't have to like click constantly. That could like hurt your finger over time. I mean, if it was mobile, then that wouldn't really be an issue. But for a computer, yeah, you just like toggle it, and it's like and you like hover over the blocks, and it like makes them go down little by little.
Yeah.
And that's how you like clear them.
Yeah. So looking at this, I can see like a lot of like things that could be improved, and so that's like one of the
Definitely
One of
the
the
juice and the
thoughts.
visuals is the lacking part, right?
yeah. And the collision sometimes it looks like there's a gap before they bounce, as in they don't collide. It's not pixel perfect collision.
Right, I see it.
Yeah, I keep saying it's not like
Right. Yeah, you're right. I noticed that.
So, yeah, lots of things that could be improved. I just don't know whether it's ethical to make a.
No. See, the thing is that you would be improving it. So I wouldn't even call that a clone. It's just the inspiration at that point.
Right.
I mean,
It's like
yeah.
Because you can just theme this too, like to something else.
Mhm,
It doesn't have to be
That's
these
true.
little bricks. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, plants That's a popular thing right now, farming.
Mm.
Do something like that. Make the little balls like water, like anything they bounce into, like get some water or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Or just dirt, whatever. Make them Roombas.
first, right. Vacuuming up everything.
Ideas.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to
Cool.
copy the. You're not supposed to copy the level design too, right? So.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
you
but
can
there's
have
so
your
much
own-
room, you don't really need a. Yeah, there's just so much room in these levels. You don't really need to like copy the level design. You can make
Yeah.
it smaller.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. This is a
Cool.
good mechanic. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, looking forward to it, Sean. What will you be
Yeah.
calling it? Breakout Idol.
That's a good question.
it's a new breakout hit.
Alright, that's it from me.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Mine will be short. Just a moment.
Short.
Pretty short.
What are you calling short?
Huh?
What are you calling short?
I'm talking.
Yeah, shorty.
I'm referring to my presentation. So as you know, my game came out on the 11th during the week. There hasn't been official featuring yet by the App Store, but I think because I kept the game up as a pre-order for quite a while, right, for an entire month, I think that helped because during the launch day, right, I think I wasn't checking like how many people pre-ordered, so I was a bit surprised when I opened up the leaderboard and I see that there's like quite a few thousand, right, on the first day, and now it's like I think about 13,000 entries in the leaderboard. So I think that's cool. Hopefully, people will keep playing it, and I would like to see what would happen to the numbers if once the App Store actually feature it. So I think everything regarding the App Store, I think I can't say for sure, but I think it's moving in the right direction. But I guess my frustration is generally with Google Play. So I still do not know how to get Google's attention, right? Or rather how to game their store's algorithm, because at the moment I think if I look at the number of entries in the leaderboard for Google Play, I think it's only in the hundreds, right? It's like a few hundreds, I think. So it's like a very big difference between Google Play and iOS. So I'm thinking once I update the game a little bit, right, I should probably look into advertising, like putting in some money, right, and see if I can bring in some traffic, and hopefully once I reach a certain threshold, right, the algorithm will pick up the game. Hopefully, I don't know. It's still something that I have to figure out. Yeah. So yeah, that's generally the findings between iOS and Google Play. Okay. Now for the actual work done on the game, I think the biggest thing is the customization. So I changed the menu a bit. This is not live yet, I'm still working on it, but something that people requested, right, is UI customization. So I have a friend who said that his Android phone is very top heavy because of the camera, and he would like to be able to shift the button upwards. So which is why I made this, so you can like shift it. You can adjust the size as well, but it's not as important.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, adjusting of size is not as important for portrait mode, because I have made sure that the hitbox, right, the hitboxes of the buttons, right, exactly filled up the entire width of the screen. So like the jump button, right, fills up this area, half of the right half of the screen, whereas the arrow keys fills up the left half. So I don't think you need to resize it if you're playing in portrait mode. Now the issue is, let me reset this. The issue is with landscape mode. So if you notice, this used to say mode landscape and portrait, but I changed the labeling. I changed it to phone and tablet. That's because a lot of people, I'm not sure if it's a lot, but I got quite a few response, right, that says, hey, why is it that the button for landscape mode is so small, right? And in hindsight, it should have been obvious to me, right? Because if I label it as landscape mode, then obviously people expect to be able to play the game on their phone in landscape mode. But I wasn't planning for that. I was like, hey, landscape mode is primarily for tablet, which is why the button is so small. So I changed the label to tablet so that at least my intention is a bit clearer. But of course, people still wants to be able to customize it, right? Which is why you can go to the controls, right, and make the change here. And I do actually need to have like 2 separate profiles. So I save a configuration for the portrait mode, and I have to save another configuration, right, as a text file, or rather a JSON file, in landscape mode. So when you start the game, right, you load 2 separate profile. So there's 3 external files to load. When you start the game, it loads your save file if you have a save file, and it loads the 2 portrait and landscape configuration file. So yeah, I need to keep them separate because the display, the position, everything is different. So there you go. On the phone, right, this would be way too small, right? So you can like change the size, and you can adjust the offset from the corners as well, right? So something like this, and you can also like flip it around. So that's what I have, and it's a bit painful, right? This took me like I think almost the whole of yesterday. Right, and prior to that, I still had to think about how I should design the UI. Sorry, yes.
How did you switch it around?
Oh, I just go to mode and click. So it's mode A and mode B. And there's a mode here.
Oh, okay. That wasn't clear. I was like, how do you do
it? Sorry. Yeah, it's especially unclear when the display is like rotated. Hang on, let me change it back. Yeah. So yeah, there's a mode here. I'm still not super sure about it, but I added it because I think it was Sakana. Sakana was like maybe I should include a mode to flip the controls around. And I was thinking like, okay, maybe there are people who would want that. But I'm still not wholly convinced yet because well, I mean, everyone plays Game Boy alright, right? No one experienced any issues just because you're left-handed. Right, I'm not sure.
That's what you think.
That's what. Yeah, maybe it's I'm just not exposed to more player demands, right? So in any case, right, I thought like no, he has a point, so I added this in. And I think that's about it. In general, there's also like other things, like full transparency. The Apple people has been talking to me, right? They say they would like to help me with like the design of the IAP. So they were saying that like this thing has to be a bit more. If you notice the button up here, the tip jar, it has to be a bit more eye-catching, right? Right, stuff like this has to be polished up a bit because, like I'm saying, unlock Golden Goose, but then there's no display of what the character is and everything. So I need to kind of make all of this stuff clearer because these are the things that will affect the income. Yeah, I mean, there's also like other discussion about like the ad frequency and whatnot. But I think as far as the ad frequency is concerned, I think I want to let the game, run for longer before I look at the data and make any adjustments. Yeah. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to push a new update, with the adjustments, the customizations very soon. I'm planning to do it within the week. And that's about it. Yeah. Going forward, I want to add more characters. And I want to add haptic feedback. Yeah, that's another thing that quite a few people have requested. Haptic feedback is definitely a thing on iOS, right? But I don't know about Android because I don't think there's a standard, right, for Android. Haptics.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Not
Haven't
sure, yeah.
really looked at it.
Right.
Surely, because Apple was one of the big phone game starters.
Say again.
Like you would think they'd have like a, you know,
You think?
yeah.
Right.
Did you ask them?
No, I know Apple definitely has haptics. But I don't know
In the
about.
latest phones.
Sorry.
In the latest phones.
In the latest, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
the API is definitely there. Like API as in like the functions to call, right? But I need to do it as a third-party library because GameMaker is not supporting it right from the box, right out of the box, right? My concern is with
Android.
with Android. Yeah, like is there an official API, right, for haptics that is, that's by Google, right? I don't think so, right? I could be wrong. Yeah, and if there is an official API call, then I assume that means all the manufacturer have to adhere to the API, I guess. Yeah, so
Looking at the Android documentation, it says there's an Android haptics API reference. So yes, they do have haptics. Whether the phones support it is a different matter, but
whether the phone
I
support
think you can. Yeah, but you can just target the standard Android API. It should be there.
Fantastic. Then I can support both devices. My of course, then my concern would be that for Apple, like because I recently got the iPhone 12, right? I think 12 have haptics, right? It better have, man. It better have. Oh my god. No, I was saying that I recently got iPhone 12, and so I should be able to test haptics. But then it just occurred to me that I'm not sure if it actually has haptics.
There's no way.
It better have, man. I spent like $1,000 on this thing.
Yeah, there's no way it doesn't.
You have to pay an extra 500 more for haptic feedback.
It's bloody expensive hardware. Anyways, but I don't have like a Android phone, right, with haptics, so maybe I have to look around. I do suppose you have such a hardware, right, John?
No.
Nope. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it for me then. That's it for me. It's Devious' turn.
Yeah.
Hey, how do I stop sharing? Let me see.
I don't fully remember what I talked about last week.
You don't remember?
Well, I know I shared the new game, but I don't remember how much of it I shared. Or what's new? I don't know. I don't remember. Right.
You showed us the character exploring this grid map, and you showed the combat between, like, I think two different minions.
It was the 8th. So anything I've done since the 8th.
You also showed the skull. Like the dice have a skull facing.
I just needed to find a reference to, like, at what point did I change things.
You made major changes?
Yeah, I made a bunch of changes. Different. Well, yeah. Most of it was like back-end stuff.
Right.
Some fixes with the, what do you call it?
As long as your hand didn't slip.
Yeah. I mean, this project is his hand slipping, right?
Yeah.
Slipped twice.
I mean, based on like my history, my hand has slipped many times. I have very slippery hands.
I see.
You will know for sure, for a fact.
Alright, okay, so most of what I did. Sorry, I was looking up the thing. Where's the thing? No, wait. No. Screens. Oi.
Yay! Oh wait, let me pop it out.
see. Hopefully it didn't. Everything should be working.
Yeah, I think the footage is still loading.
Yeah. You turn the music off, so I can't hear you whenever it's on.
Hmm? Is the screen showing for you, John?
It's showing for me.
Oh no, it's not showing for me.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Here, let me restart it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Boop. Green 1, 720. Let's try again.
Okay, there we go.
Cool. What was it doing?
What the hell happened?
Alright, so what were some of the things? I added the. Oh, okay, I started here. I don't know if I talked about this last time. If I was messing. Well, anyways, there's a new system sort of. I still keep jumping around between. Wait, fix this. Well, it's not broken. I just changed it. Just got changed number to a 4.
Hmm.
Now the game completely works. Alright, shit, I gotta change the fucking options. Alright. So, one of the new things I don't even remember if these were blinking before. Just let me know if I'm repeating myself from something from last week.
Okay.
Okay, so basically now like this is the tutorial quotations. These little things like light up to show you like to click them and they shake to click them.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, and there's like some help text up here. You do it.
Yeah.
But one of the things I just changed was the. So you see how the timer's not going right now? You can see my mouse, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's no longer in real time.
Yeah. Well, I'm jumping around it.
Right.
Jumping back and forth because I can't fully decide. Because one of the problems with this system is it takes away some of the challenge. Because see how I can just like wait here. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I can just flip the dice. But if I get a skull, it just, it's not as dangerous because it's like, okay, now I see what I got.
True.
So it's like, I don't have to worry about it. Because that's one of the big things that happened when I was watching people play is that they tripped up and they accidentally like flipped a skull or whatever. So I'm still jumping around between this because one of the things people don't like is, well, some people, the minority of people, don't like the real-time aspect of the game, which I'm gonna have to pick one of them where I was also been thinking of just making it like a difficulty setting or something. Like this would be strategy mode, and then there's action mode, I guess.
Yeah.
Different formats, whatever. But one of the things that could happen was you could get 2 skulls, and you can't. The timer only goes when there's dice in the air, so I had to add this little like little right click, and it like makes the timers go by.
Right.
So just the whatever.
Just keep your turn basically, right?
Yeah. And that's only a thing that happens in this mode, so it wouldn't in the actual real time thing. It wouldn't. You couldn't use it. Just kill this guy real quick. Something. There you go. Alright. One of the new things. Wait a minute. Do I need to? I do a skip button so you can. One of the things even I found this a little annoying is especially I can't imagine what it was like for testers. So I was used to it, but I don't know about them. But so I also gotta add a save system. I don't have a save system in this right now. So I can save my settings. So you won't be able to hear it because it's not the actual, what do you call it? But when you, where is it? There it goes. Whenever this happens, you see the black bar is showing up now. There's like a little sound cue, and now if you move, you get more lore and stuff. You can like do your thing. I just added this though. You don't have to like click through all this now. You can just skip it.
Right.
And what else did I add? Players gain too much. Oh, I also added this. When you're in combat, if you're in combat for too long, this actually starts moving. The black bar. It not like actively. So there's like a little. There's a variable, and I move that variable by very little during combat. Because one of the problems I noticed whenever I was watching people play was that they're getting armor way too much, and if you get way too much armor, you can just like stall for a long time until you can like kill something. So I put the little timer on there to be like, you just can't stall the whole game. Like you can try, you can do other things like heal or whatnot. But
where's the timer?
it isn't shown. I am not going to show it.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure if I should or shouldn't, but I kind of don't, because I kind of wanted it to be a surprise kind of thing. To switch up to catch the player. I was thinking though to add like an item that shows you for a little bit or something. Like you use it and then it'll show you like a little timer. It's like, oh, it's coming closer.
Right.
Or it's this much longer. Then like after, I don't know, 5 actions or something, it'll show it for like 5 actions or 5 movements or 3 movements or whatever, and then it'll go away after that. But for right now, I kind of want to keep it just like a catch you off guard. So like even if you're planning ahead, it'll like suddenly like cut off something that you might have wanted to go to, and you're like, oh fuck. And so you gotta like go with that. You gotta just go with it.
Oh, so can I just clarify, because like you mentioned some black bar on the left side, right? But it's not. I think because of the stream, right? It's not very clear. Like what was? Hang on, I don't see. Do you see anything, John? Or is it just?
Well, it's plain black, I guess.
Black, huh?
Right. Well, it's not.
Plain.
I don't know what to call it. Not like a black bar, but it's just like it's gone. It's just not there, I guess.
Oh.
I guess I'd have to make it like a different color, make it a little brighter, but.
I know, like what you had in Krula.
The tentacles in Krula, does it serve the same purpose?
Pretty much. Like you can't go over there once that covers it up.
Understood.
Yeah.
Or maybe like FTL also, right? FTL has that.
Although theirs is a little clearer, so I guess I could like do something like, I guess make it lighter. I don't know. But the whole point is for it to be darkness, so it's I don't know how to maybe add some purple in there or something.
Right.
A little bit of a color. Ecstatic.
I guess it's maybe especially on stream, right, where the resolution is significantly lower. But I guess black on the dark background is kind of hard to see. Yeah.
Maybe if I scooted it up a little, because then it'd be like flickering. Because it flickers. It's like it looks like static. Like if you actually look at it in game.
No, I just see a black area that's no square. That's all.
But I guess if I like move it forward a little, it would like flicker a little on these, so it shows that there's something there. Kind of maybe, I don't know. I'll work with it. Whatever. I'll mess with it. But what was I saying? All right, so I added the end game part, I guess. So spoilers for anybody. So I made it to where whenever you're walking around and you uncover this little area, that particular dialogue pops up, and basically what he tells you is make sure you got everything that you want, before you actually go there and inspect it or whatever.
Right.
I don't like that. It cuts off. It's annoying. It's basically the equivalent of you can't go back.
Right.
You can't go back once you go there. So you can go on there, but until you press E or click it. Or I guess that's the other thing I added. You can move around with the stick with clicking. And if you want to like interact with it, you click on the actual spot. I'm not gonna do it right now because it takes a little while. But see,
oh yeah.
There's like a big old sound cue. It sounds like the War of the Worlds thing. The blaring noise.
Yes.
What's that director's name? Michael Bay.
What? Michael Bay?
I forget which one it is. Whichever one made War of the Worlds.
Isn't it Steven Spielberg, right?
No. He made the first one, I think.
Oh.
I believe. Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the movie and seen stuff about it. But just that blurring noise where it's like a weaker version.
Right.
But it's basically that noise where the aliens come out and they're like, doo kind of thing. Whatever. I don't know how to do it. Anyways, you're at the spot and you're like, okay, I'm ready. I got all my equipment, whatever. I got my items. I'm gonna fight the boss. Then this is pretty fun actually. I had to design a way to like switch between it and to do some, I guess, thematic stuff. Oh, I gotta fix that. That shouldn't be a thing. The music started, but it's not supposed to.
Right.
Yeah, so he's like, whatever. He's like, oh no. And that's when the big baddie comes out and he's like, yeah.
Big Daddy?
Yeah, the baddie, the boss.
Oh.
He's the boss. The lore, whatever the warriors talk about him, whatever.
Alright.
And he's like, this is when the boss actually starts. Then he's like, at the end, he's like, get ready, boy, whatever. And that's when you actually start fighting him. So his whole mechanic is he has a faster, what do you call it? But he doesn't attack with the first few ones.
Right.
What he does is he does this.
Oh, sick.
Because he's a slot machine.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a slot machine. So you have to past a certain point, the things will show. Actually, you flipped what do you call it? That's not good. Yeah. Well, anyways, I clicked the scroll down. That's why I went down so fast. But yeah. So it is a thing, and so the most attacks you can really do is 3. So you have to let at least one of them go through, and each one does different things. This was one of the problems I had with going between the strategy mode and the action mode. In action mode, you have to react quicker. And so I made some of the shapes, the negatives, look more similar to the ones you don't want to click and ones that you do want to click. Because there's this order here. This one will... What did this one do? It's a different one. This one will lower your attack. This one will lower your health. This one will increase his defense. So you want to target this one in particular. And but if the little timer runs out, then the thing happens. So if you don't hit this one, it's one of the ones you want to hit. It'll increase his like that particular thing. There's a sword one that increases attack. There's a heart one that increases his heart. His health, and there's that one that increases his defense. And basically, he just comes back up, and then he did I do that? Okay, yeah, he does it a few times. Okay, I think he does it 4 times before you can actually, what do you call it? So this will be all like whatever. Yeah, so each of these you want to hit, because each of these gives him defense, and this one gives him health. You would have like 6 of them, so you'd be able to fill up a lot easier and a lot quicker. So because of this, I'm thinking I might actually go back to the action mode, because it makes it harder, I guess. But again, I might actually make it just a difficulty change kind of thing. I'll put like a little explanation, like strategic mode, not the intended way to play, but it is easier. And then the action mode, which is the intended play, but it's much harder.
Right.
Yeah, so you just so that's basically his whole concept. You attack the things that boost them, you avoid the ones that hurt you, and during all that you were able to like attack him during this phase or whatever. And eventually, after he's done it a few times, I'll probably bring it down to three times. He's gonna actually attack you, and his attack stays throughout the entire fight. So as he keeps getting boosted by the little things, you'll have to deal with him more and more. And so it's just that over and over again.
Right.
So the longer you fight, the stronger he gets. And that's basically his whole gimmick.
That's really cool. So he does 8 attacks. That means he can one-shot your current character, right?
Currently, yeah, but you would have like higher HP and defense and all this other stuff. Like you'd be able to defend against them in some way. But yeah, currently he just wiped the floor off. He just killed me. Like, also had to scale the boss. So his stats are also dependent on what your current stats are.
Mm.
Because I didn't. Well, all the enemies are like that up to a certain point. So there's like a threshold, so you have to be at least a certain level or be able to do a certain amount of damage past like a certain point. And for the boss, I just scaled him straight up to whatever your character's at,
Right.
with a minimum. So like you have to at least be within that threshold to actually just fight him, or you might die. I haven't fully been able to test him because I literally just made this. I don't even know what happens if you kill him because I didn't program anything. I think
Oh.
he just dies and it just continues. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like a little text box pop up. He's gonna be like, "Oh no, like you killed me, you jerk." What the other characters are gonna pop in and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're gonna like do their little spiel, and then that's basically that's basically how the game ends.
The entire game or just a level?
The entire game currently.
Right.
Yeah.
So a session is basically one session is basically one map, right? One grid.
Yeah, basically.
Ah.
But I could definitely expand it like in the further thing because the whole story is telling you like it's kind of misleading. And I'm trying to not make it misleading.
Misleading? In what sense?
Because some of the words it's saying like there's a next island, but that's just hinting at like there could be more to the game.
Right.
But there isn't,
Right, I don't necessarily think you have to make more levels, right? But like what can be done could be you maybe have different loadouts as you start like each new sessions, right? So like different characters perhaps.
Yeah, it's definitely replayable, and you can. And I was thinking about that. One of the things is if you die enough times, I was thinking of doing like a stat distribution thing.
Uh-huh.
So like take away from each one of these, so you get 4 or 5 stats to distribute with a minimum of 1 HP. If this was at 0, you'd only have 1 HP.
Right.
Kind of thing. Which I gotta add that into the thing because I don't have it in there right now. But that way you can build your character how you want and do your thing.
Yeah.
And then if it gets more attention, I can just add more enemy or more bosses and more enemies. Just expand it more. But I don't want to do what I did with Cruller, where I was like, I don't want to expand it too much because I feel like I'll slip.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Yeah, it's not like putting yourself into a corner, right? So because you said you promised this, and then you know that eventually you have to get back to it, and now it's always in the back of your mind.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put it like zone 1 boss.
Yeah.
Or something, and it's the whole game. That's it. You can replay it as many times as you want because it will be different because you get so many different things. But there's only gonna be 1 boss right now.
Right.
Like that's like the whole game.
It looks good though. I think the gameplay loop could be interesting. Yeah, I would like to. I would like to. Do you have a new build of this boss fight?
No, this currently is not in the game. I mean, you can't even beat him yet. Like we're.
Oh right. You have not coded the yeah.
Yeah, you can beat him and he'll die like a regular enemy, but nothing will happen afterwards. It'll just continue. And then whatever happens from there happens.
Right.
Because you can just run around or whatever. You just get the satisfaction that you beat the boss. So, I don't know how hard it's gonna be though, so I have to test that too. I'm just programming all this stuff, then I'll fudge the numbers or whatever, mess with the numbers.
Yeah.
After I get them all done and all the ending stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, fantastic.
And that'll be that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just have to ask, are those his eyes?
Yes, those are his eyes. He's a walking slot machine. This particular species, I guess, kind of monster. It's called a sloth. Well, it's like a. Wait, does he? I don't think it shows. No, it doesn't. Oh, wow, it doesn't even. I don't gotta change it. It's whatever. Well, anyways, yeah, that's what he is. He's just a walking slot machine. I themed every enemy as things you would meet in like a casino. Yeah, 'cause it's all like gambling and whatnot.
Right.
So slots was one of them, and there's like all this other stuff. There's like a lobster for the buffet stuff. There's a glutton for the big buffet stuff. There are two of them very similar. And I wanted to make the lobster, and I was like, I don't know what the hell the lobster represents. So I just buffet, and then the glutton is buffet as well.
Is the game some kind of a commentary on the vices of gambling?
Yeah, basically.
Awesome.
But I'm like playing with it. I'm not trying to be like super serious about it. It's more like it's a thing that exists. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm playing with. I'm not trying to be like, don't do it. I'm just being like, it's just a thing that exists.
Yeah.
Like, and these people are just, or these creatures, they're all once were people. It's Lord don't.
Right.
Ooh. Yeah, no. So now they're all living in this world. They hint at like some of the lore and stuff in their context or whatever, their words. But the big replayability part is once you die, you lose everything. So you do have to like restart.
A true rogue experience.
Is he still doing his thing? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to lower that down to like 3 because he doesn't even attack you for this entire time. It's too long.
Oh,
yes.
One hit kill.
Yeah, one hit kill. OTK. And then you start off with everything. Loses everything. But I haven't like carried over. There's no save system right now, so it's I gotta fix that eventually.
Yeah.
I even have a save that doesn't work. I think I mentioned the last time too. My friend was playing and he was like, "How do I get out of the game?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, no exit button."
Alternate F4.
Yeah, that's what he did. He was like, "I'll just out F4." I was like, "Yeah, it's the best way, I guess."
Cool, man.
Okay, man.
Yeah, we briefly mentioned Krula, right? Like, when do you see yourself going back to work on the meta progression?
There's Dragonmon, there's Night of the Living Dead, there's Crueler, there's all the other games that I want to go back to. That's the problem.
It's wait for the time is right. Yeah.
I guess I'll get to them when I get to them is basically what it is. But I just like making new stuff so much and getting to a certain point where it's like playable and you get like that vertical slice.
Yeah.
And then I want to go to the next thing because I'm like, well, I've kind of explored most of what I was going to do with this idea. And then my brain is like, okay, go to the next thing. Go exploring other avenues of development. And I was like, okay.
Are you facing any pressure to push that out?
Crueler, yes. For Crueler, yes, definitely. For all the other ones, no. Crueler is the only one because it's the only one I really released. And for Isle of the Crown, I don't think anyone's really bought that one since I released it. Like 5 people, but for that one, I don't feel as much pressure. At least for Crueler, like, because I had more people buy that one.
Right. So it's like people like every once in a while they'll ask you, right? Like when do you intend to update it?
Yeah. Well, honestly, not that often, but when they do, it reminds me, and I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
I want to, but part of me is like, I want to work on other stuff.
Yeah. Time is so limited. I wish we have more time, I wish we don't need to sleep, so we can just
8 hours. Just lay there and do nothing. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Cool. Thanks for the showcase. Shall we recap?
I am going to think about life.
What? Think about life.
That's a new game. That's the name. Think about life.
Think about life.
Yeah. No. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do next.
You already told us what you're gonna do, right? Which is
true. Yeah.
either break out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe why don't you just share a little bit of how you intend to start? Godot
And
or some other library or yeah.
yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I already have a process for making like web games.
Oh,
It's like based on just JavaScript
yeah.
and Pixie JS.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I have that process. I
But
could
now you're
stick with
putting
that.
Rust into it, right?
No, the Rust thing is just
Oh wait,
it's
so you're
exploration.
keeping them separate. So
Maybe, maybe not.
the web game and the Rust is not going to be together.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Right.
I'm still thinking.
Still
Yeah,
thinking, right? A lot can change.
yeah,
Chef
yeah.
surprise, I guess.
Chef surprise!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
Does Godot? How do you put a game on mobile with Godot? Does it just let you, or do you have to have like a whole?
Don't they have a HTML export or something?
Right. No, it compiles natively to mobile as well, right? Godot.
I
Like you can choose the
yeah.
Android target or iOS target, right?
Oh yeah.
Probably because I think it's not uncommon for people to use Godot for mobile. I think I could be wrong. I mean the most common one is still
Mm,
Unity, right? Unity is
mm-hmm,
the most used. And then I think
mm-hmm,
Game Maker is like one of the less common ones because it's not
mm-hmm.
really well known for amazing mobile support. But I hope that is slowly changing. Yeah. But I think
Yeah,
and you pay for it, yeah, and you pay for it. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
that's probably their biggest flaw right now.
Mm.
You have to pay for Game Maker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, so you may be looking into Godot then.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well I guess it's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be finishing up the UI customization, and I will be adding more characters, and I will have to plan. So like people are already asking for more modes, right? I will not be jumping straight into adding a new mode, considering the game is still like very new, right? It's less than a week old, so I'm thinking of maybe coming up with like a daily mission system. Like maybe I have a list
Mm.
of like maybe 50, right? 50 or 100 uh, tasks, right? And every day, right, the user will be presented with 3 of them, and it will probably challenge the player, right, to clear the required task like hey, score a combo of 3 saw blades, that's one task, right? Or last until the sudden death kicks in, stuff like that. So I might be working towards that direction.
Don't they
Mhm.
like already do that?
Don't they already
Like
do that?
like surely anyone that's reached a high score has done the three combo.
Yeah, but I think that is more for people who are you know how do I put it? The thing about people reaching 100, right? Those are like the minority. I think most people actually lingers between 30 to 50, right? And
Mm.
maybe for those people, right, the missions will be like an interesting diversion for them to try it out. Yeah, but of course, like for the top scorers, right, like all of the missions will be piece of cake. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to think about it. Like, what kind of unique tasks can I present to the player?
Like, I mean, you could add like a not a saw, but like a little thing that bounces around that they have to grab.
Hmm. Yeah, possibly. I could. Yeah, I also have to. If I were to add them, right, it needs to be something that is not obstructive, right? Like affect their it doesn't affect the gameplay, right? They can still play it normally and try to compete in the leaderboard. Yeah,
I guess that'd be a mode thing then.
mode thing.
Like,
Yeah.
just have like a thing that's bouncing around in the middle, so it never goes down, but it's just like in the middle, and you gotta touch it as many times as you can within a time limit, I guess.
Yeah, like possibly. I have to think about it. Like, I'm trying to see if I can squeeze. I'm trying to see what I can squeeze out of like what the game currently has, without jumping into adding like all kinds of mechanics, because those requires time to test as well. Yeah. I'll think about it. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Okay, I guess that's it for me.
Well, does it tell you what the score is of the people that do requests? Like, can you
No,
cross like?
the people who request it, like, do it in reviews or do it in the feedback form, right? I don't think there's a way for me to find out what their score is, right? Like, I mean, maybe I can guess, right? If they leave a review and then I can check their name, take a note of their name and then look for their names in the leaderboard. But I don't want to have to scroll through 10,000 entries.
You have a search function, Chinny?
Search function in the leaderboard? I'm not sure. Now that you mention, I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't think Apple provided that interface.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
it's actually kind of surprising. Just, you want to like look up scores. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was asking that because I was thinking like there's no way somebody scoring low would make a request for more modes. Like
that's
like surely they didn't get bored that fast,
Right. That's a good
Especially
point.
when they like look at the leaderboard. So my thought was, is it the people that are scoring high that are requesting more? Because if that's the case, then you're gonna have to make those missions, a little harder than the thing that they're already doing.
That is true, man. That is true. Or I can design the missions, right, in a way that challenges the player to play in a more unorthodox manner. Like, the game is designed to encourage fast and aggressive gameplay, right? So basically, if you see a saw, right, you want to jump over it as soon as possible. But maybe I can come up with challenges that prompts the user to do the opposite. Like, I can maybe come up with the challenge that is like, hey, survive for 5 minutes. Right? And yeah, and then they have.
Is that possible?
I don't know.
As long as
I don't know. I think.
I'll make it do impossible.
Yeah, but my my point is to maybe come up with challenges that is the opposite of what the game is designed for, and that way, right, they will be. It will be a fresh experience, hopefully. Now, whether I can come up with like 50 of them, right, it's a different thing altogether. So, I guess I have to start planning it.
How about a close call counter?
Close call counter. Oh, that would be interesting. Like, stick as close as possible to the saw blades, right? Hey, I like that.
So like that. Was that Burnout? I think does it.
Yes, Burnout, yes.
Where you get like really close and they give you like a bonus.
Oh, you know what? Let me write that down. Hang on, let me write that down. Where's my notebook? There we go. Close call counter saw blades. Awesome.
I can't really think of a lot of missions that you would have, other than like jump over 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Collect a certain amount of points in a certain amount of time.
I can also do something like, hey, earn 50 points, right, without scoring a single combo. Something like that,
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, and the thing is that
would be funny.
Yeah, and
actually probably would be kind of hard, actually.
Yeah. But the thing is, right, some of these challenges, right, can be multi-tiered, right? Like, The first is jump over 20 without scoring combo, and then the next one can be 40, and then the next one can be 60. So like out of that one challenges, I can have like 5 variations. Yeah, so maybe that's how I can design them. Okay. Yeah, cool. Thanks. That helps. That helps. How about you? What you gonna work on next?
I'm gonna work on my game some more. What are we gonna work on next? Oh, right. So one of the things some people have been asking for is so currently whenever you do a search, there's not like a summary of what you got, but during the entire search, it like shows a little. I call them floaters, but it's a little pop up thing. You know, like you got a point or whatever, you got a coin, bloop, you know, a little bubble,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
What's that?
Sorry?
Like I figured that'd be enough, but nah. People want like a summary of like everything they got, even though it. I don't know. To me, it doesn't make a lot of sense because like you get what you get, and you don't really need to.
Yeah.
know.
Wait,
But
they want a
people
log?
apparently. Yeah, they want to like just a quick log of after it ends.
Oh.
So in the search after you collect all your things, you get your keys, you get your coins, and you get the chest. They want a little pop up that comes up, or this is how I plan to do it anyways, because they mentioned a summary. They want to know everything they got, like how much money they got, how many keys they got, whether or not they locked the chest.
Wow.
And
okay.
Which to me just didn't make sense because if you get the chest and the chest is there,
Yeah.
and the coins just go up automatically, and your keys go up too. So it's like you have everything that you need. You just got to look at it. But apparently, summary is something they want. So, so I'm gonna add that.
I wonder
I don't.
Yeah, is it something they want because it's like a tradition of the genre, like the roguelike genre?
Maybe I honestly don't know. I guess they just want to know. You know, like I guess I kind of see it, but the other part of me is like you already know what you got because you got more of it.
Right.
But
right.
I guess they just want to know what they got. Like, yeah, that's all. That's as much as I can put it. Like, I guess I can see it because like you look at it and you, I don't know, compare it to something, and you're like, oh, okay, I got this much. I guess to track their progress, maybe to see if they're doing better. But yeah, I guess that's the only reason I can think of, just to see that they're doing better. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Whatever. I'm doing it anyways. It doesn't matter. It's going in, but because it's a request, and it's really not a hard request. But I was just confused as to why people wanted it.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I can think of.
Okay,
so
is it like is it requested by quite a number of people, or is it just one?
I mean, I haven't had a lot of testers, but I'd say around like half of them mentioned it.
Whoa. Okay.
But not really like. But only after like I sort of alluded to it.
I see.
You know, like,
I see.
Like I said, yeah, I might add a summary thing, and they're like, oh yeah, that'd be nice. It's like, oh, okay.
I see.
But they're not like, you know, they're not like hard requesting it, except for some, like maybe two of the testers so far.
Right.
But I don't know, whatever. Those particular testers tested a lot, so I'm like, maybe they're into the game, so that's a sign of like the kind of person that would be into the game, and I assume that somebody that was that into the game would want something like that.
True.
That's why I'm going with it. Again, it's not gonna be a hard thing to make either, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Literally like 3, 4. It's like 5 lines of code.
Oh, okay. Then it's definitely worth doing then.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just haven't done it yet. All right. And from there, it's gonna be the end of the game after you beat the boss. It's basically just gonna be all dialogue. Maybe a little cutscene. I was thinking of doing a little cutscene because you're on a boat, and I'm probably gonna do like the whole slow fade to them on the boat driving on the water with a little kind of thing. Then their text is gonna pop up, and they're gonna have like a little discussion about it or something. I'll probably do it like that, just mentioning to the next island.
Right.
Small, maybe short game. I don't know how long a run's gonna take. But I'm trying to like trim it down to make it, because one of the big things is that players do tend to get a little OP. But that happens when they're early in the game. I haven't really been able to see anybody late game. Like, so there's technically 3 sections.
Yeah.
Like the first, there's 15. It's 15 long, 15 wide, and there's 5, and there's each section is like 5 in length. So like the one in the left, the first 5 is like easy section, and then you get like the middle, and it's like the mid section. Then when you get to the end, that's like the hard section, because you're fighting more monsters, and they're stronger.
Right.
And, you had to keep up with all that stuff, which is funny, because that's where the strategy bit actually shines more in the late game, and it makes the early game like kind of boring to me, anyways. I'm not really a big fan of it, but still jumping around. So I was testing the whole turn part. But I think I'm going to go back to the action, and I'm probably just going to make the strategy part like an option or something.
Right.
Easy mode.
Right.
I'll probably, yeah.
And then how are you going to present these 2 modes to the player? Like just at the beginning of describe it?
Assuming I put the other mode in, it's just going to be like an option at the beginning. Probably, because I have Cruller, I had little icons. And currently it's words like start, options, and exit. I'm probably just going to change those into icons and do a little tooltip. And then the tooltip's going to say like, there's going to be 2 options for start, or it's going to be like continue, new game, I guess. I haven't really fully thought of that. Whatever. I'll when I get to it, I'll get to it. And I'll probably think of some way to like present it to the player or whatever. Probably whenever they click start, it'll ask like, or start new game, it'll be like, which mode do you want? It'd be like 2 squares, 2 options. It's like, do you want the strategy mode, or you want the action mode? And I'll just say like which one's harder and which one's easier to do, whatever.
Yeah.
And then if it goes there. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to make.
Yeah, cool. Looks like you have everything planned out. Awesome.
Pretty much, I think, and the game should be done right when I finish the ending scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fast. You're fast. You're super fast.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll do this again next Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the chit chat. I enjoyed this.
Yep.
Yeah. Talk to you all again soon. Next Sunday. Same timing. All right.
Oh, next Sunday is Chinese New Year though.
Wait. What? Next Sunday is Chinese New Year. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is. Wait. Chinese New Year is on which 2 days, John?
22nd, 23rd, 24th. It's a Sunday, so Chinese New Year in Singapore is a 2-day public holiday. But because it falls on a Sunday, so we get an extra day off. Yay!
Oh, freaking long weekend! So we have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Whoa! Oh, but I guess
Monday, Tuesday.
I guess we will not be able to do death chat, right?
That's all
Yeah.
fine. Hopefully I'm done by then. I'll be able to.
Okay.
I guess after the new year, I'll be like, yeah, the game I finished, and then I'll start a new one.
Yeah. Well, I think it's safer to say that we cannot do a session next week. But so I guess we'll do this again on the 29th.
Yeah.
All right, man. See you all
Man, it's gonna be the whole month already. Dang.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? It's already a
Gone by
month.
fast.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you all.
All right.
Bye.
Later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. Oh yeah, next week is Chinese New Year. That's so soon. Damn. Time flies. Time flies, man. Anyways, okay, John sent me a link for Android haptics. Good, thank you, John. I guess that's about it. Alright, time to go. Thanks for hanging around, everyone. I will see you again very soon. I'll be back to work on my game during the weekdays. I'm thinking maybe Thursday or Friday. Yeah, and hopefully by then I'll be able to push a new build of Saw Blades. And since it's a long weekend next week, I hope to be able to work on Jump Jabua as well. Right? I think Jump Jabua is the game that has like that I keep getting feedback to to asking for me to update the game. So I definitely need to get back to it. Okay, I see you all very soon. Bye bye.